should make an
All right.
intro, like
I didn't. I should. I kind of want an intro. Anyways,
like a
all right, guys.
graphic and stuff.
Welcome to episode 2 of the IMC podcast. My name is Rob, your host, also known as I Hate Fish in Game. With us, we got some returning guests. We got Jake, EDM Playlist in Game. You want to say hi?
Hello, everyone.
All right. We also got Rarest Parrot. What's up, Parrot?
How's it going?
And we have a new guest, Iron Lad. You want to say hi?
Hey,
All right, cool. So we got some updates this week, guys. Guess we'll go ahead and talk about the stuff that happened last week because we didn't have a podcast then. So I guess the first thing we'll go over is the Hellrat Behemoths. That's one of the things that came out. You guys tried that out yet?
no.
No? Yeah.
I have not tried it out, but
I have. Earlier today, I had to get 91 smithing for a boost for a diary, and it is very fast to obtain the spices with the Wily Hellcat now. Really nice quality of life update implemented there.
Okay.
It just saves a lot of time.
You want to
Now
give
it's
like
not worth doing it with any other type of cat, except a Wily Hellcat. But it does save a lot of time. So,
You want to
what
give
food
a
did you have
breakdown?
I just used lobsters. I mean, you don't use a food pretty much. I mean, you might have to use one food if the behemoth gets really lucky or whatever and hits on your cat. But
to use? Okay.
I got like 10 spices and I brought a full inventory of lobsters, and I had to end up dropping lobsters because it just kills it. Like, you don't even have to use food. So I'd say it's about a Forto spice every 45 seconds
Okay,
on average.
I saw a
so?
friend's video. I think he had like 70-something after an hour, so
Yeah, he
Yes.
said it's like
Ooh, Cusco.
minimum average 1 in a minute,
it's pretty good.
depending on how lucky you get.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I haven't used it either, but
I don't have to boost anything for anymore, so I don't need it.
fair enough.
Fair enough.
I will definitely need to use it.
Yeah, I'll be using that soon for crafting.
Yeah.
Other updates, Fairy Ring favorites and Questcape stuff. You guys use that yet?
Yeah, I did the
Oh.
fairing favorites.
Nice. What do you favorited? I'm what do you guys have favorited? I'm curious. Let's go ahead and go through
Like, I got Dagonauts a bunch for Slayer, so I favorited Lighthouse, which isn't that fairing at the Lighthouse
Disconnected.
fairly new?
that. Yeah, it was like, what, last month maybe?
It's like, a month ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't realize because I was
Something
using the games necklaces still, but I always fall off that ledge, and then I was like, oh, fairy ring. So I've been starting to use that.
Yeah.
I
Also,
put
is
the
it-
one
might be-
outside Zora. So helpful
Right.
Mm,
to click on it.
BJ's, yeah.
Also nice. I favorited the miscellaneous one because I have to scroll down pretty far forward or whatever.
That's nice, yeah.
What was
I
the
also
second
did the
one you were talking about? The quest?
Yeah, the Questcape stuff. So
Oh, yes. Very useful. Very useful.
that's kind of a big deal. And you guys want to start with that? The whole next to a fairy. Actually, it kind of goes hand in hand because it's next to a fairy ring. It's like the biggest use, right?
Yeah, I already
So-
used the fairy ring though.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit. Basically, it teleports you to the Legends Guild, which is like the closest teleport to a fairy ring now, I think. Is that
yeah,
right?
definitely is.
It
Okay.
is.
Definitely.
So that's kind of a big deal for stuff, I guess. Zora, it's nice. Or clues mostly, I guess. And what else? What do you guys use it for? Have you guys used it? Do you guys have it?
I don't know,
I've used
that's
it pretty much for Zora.
I use it for everything.
Okay.
Anytime I need to go to a fairy ring, I just take my quest cape. So it's really nice. Really nice update.
It's also a huge incentive to get Quest Cape earlier.
Yeah.
It's a huge incentive.
I wasn't gonna get mine until this update, so that's
Yeah.
that says anything.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna, now that that's out, I think I'll probably get my Quest Cape soon.
Mhm.
Because of it.
There's some other cape stuff. I think the achievement cape lets you teleport to achievement master 5 times a day.
Like
Magic.
any of them.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Is there any uses
So-
for that? Like any
Uh,
cool teleports you can go to?
I
with
feel
that?
like if you're knowledgeable about where the masters are, you can make use of that cape.
Okay.
But I feel like a lot of people forget which master was for like easy, medium, or hard.
Yeah, so I guess
It's like
they gives you-
Karamcha.
they do like 5 relica teleports, right? Because there's one of the masters is by relica, so it's kind of good, I guess, for Ironman.
Yeah.
What's some other ones?
Karamja's easy through elite had, I think each person you talk to was different. So if you remember where those people are, you have
Oh yeah,
different teleports there.
that's cool. Actually, I didn't know about that. Okay. There's also the permanent books give 5 days or five teleports for elites, and then something gauntlets or something cape was changed, along with the magic cape. So
I feel like that's like one of the, I don't know, it's useful to some point, the smithing cape, but
Yeah, it seems like
not
kind of a
like not.
nerf to me. I don't know. It's different. It's different uses, right? Because with the way the old cape worked, you could basically have full graceful and or goldsmithing gauntlets if you were maxed, because you had the max cape and it counts for both.
Hmm.
I'm not sure if people want that or if it's good or what, but yeah, that was an interesting change. Didn't see that coming.
Was it pulled?
Yeah, I think it was pulled. I don't
It
know.
was pulled, and it did pass the poll.
Okay,
So
so I guess people wanted it then. Fair enough.
it was rather odd, though. If I do say so myself.
Yeah.
I wonder who brought it up, like where it came from.
I don't know. Also, what else happened last week? There's the trimmed armor and god armor and free to play.
I'm all about. I think that's a great idea. That's
Yeah.
such a good way to liven up free to play. It gives
Yeah,
an
I voted
incentive.
yeah for that.
Yeah. I
And
also
then
saw. Go ahead.
on the dev blog that they posted, like more armor might be added to free to play, like gilded
Yeah.
stuff. So
I saw someone suggesting that they put the colored boots back to free to play. Which, if you
Oh,
guys
there's-
remember,
Wait,
back
colored
in the
boots?
day,
You talking about which ones are those?
the ones in Canifis or whatever.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
and
So
gnome.
yeah. So originally, back in RuneScape, when I was originally playing, you could get colored gloves, but you couldn't get colored boots. Colored boots were a sign of being a member. It
Oh
was like
yeah,
a
I
big
remember the
deal.
color gloves.
Big deal that you could get colored gloves, but you could only wear brown leather boots. And then eventually, the Stronghold of Security came out, like 3 or
Yeah.
4 years into when I was playing, and then they released the colored boots over to non-members. And I don't know if I mean, it's fine because it's not like free to play deserves that in order to grow free to play, but it's still, to me, I'm like, but colored boots are a sign of being a member to the plebs on free to play. And over there, you're just like, got my colored boots, everybody like, where'd you get those? You're like, oh.
I'm
And
a
then you
member.
give them some bogus story and they try and go get them.
It's funny. It's funny. I didn't know about that. What else happened? Sire stuff. I think it was it's a higher chance the higher the spell. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it even scales up to 100% with Smoke Barrage.
Yeah,
So I
Yep.
haven't done it personally myself, but Riley
I've
has.
heard it's like awesome now. I heard it's a lot
Yeah.
nicer.
So
So that's
I
I'm
will
good.
still waiting
definitely
for
plan to
Zammy's
do
spear
some
to even
Sire.
attempt Sire.
Is Vammy Spear
Yeah,
good
in
for
the
Sire?
future.
Yeah,
Zammy's
it's
Spear.
weak to stab.
I was thinking Dragon Spear. I don't know why, but yeah. Okay, fair enough. I thought there was some weird stunning with it. I don't know what I thought, but what else happened? Some quality of life stuff. Um, drinking anti-poison no longer decreases poison immunity. I didn't even know about that. The EOC event was removed. You guys do that EOC event for the cabbage cape?
No, sadly,
I did not personally.
I knew about it, I didn't do it. I was too lazy.
You know,
I didn't even know about it.
I think
really.
Rune got pretty mad about that. He was like, people shouldn't make quest capes or like achievement capes unless it's like a skill based thing.
But it's not even like a...
So it devalues skill capes. I was like,
What does it do? Does it give a bonus? Isn't it just for
Nah, I think
looks?
it's just cosmetic.
Yeah, then...
Does it emote?
Yeah, I did it
See,
personally.
the thing is,
Go
I
ahead.
read it. I saw April Fools. I'm like, oh, they're not doing anything. And then I realized they took it out the games. I'm like, oh, they just missed out on a cape.
Yeah, you can get it next year. They said at the next April Fool's thing, but it looks nice with Ranger boots and stuff. I saw Clean wearing that. Some other guys wearing that. Cool there, I guess. But
I wish I had it.
Yeah, I did it. I was in a farm run. I saw it like in the field. I was really confused because I was like, I teleported to my the cabbage patch thing with my ring, and there's like a guy fishing a cabbage. I'm like, what is going on here? So I did the whole thing. It
Didn't
was
you have to get like 120 in cabbage picking
Yeah,
or something?
got like cabbage bars. Like it was pretty funny. I had fun with
I
it.
wish I did that now.
Yeah.
Wait, hang on, before we move on, what is the earliest and your favorite for
Events.
holiday events
Oh
for you
God.
guys when you joined? What was the earliest one?
I don't even know, to be honest. I'm trying to think the first one I had.
The first holiday event I ever did was with the full pump or the full skeleton suit back in like
Sure.
2004, I think. I can't, or not 2004. It was
Sorry,
somewhere around
I
there.
think it was 06 or 05.
I did that
Yeah.
one. Remember that?
Did free to play have access to the holiday events?
Yeah, I think so.
My earliest, I think, was the Christmas where they released the yo-yo, and then everyone dropped them, and they
Really?
became super rare,
It's pretty cool.
but
I
they weren't
like.
tradable.
I kind of miss the rarity thing. Like
The holiday items.
yeah, but it's probably smart. It's for the best that it's every year you get the same.
Green masks and Santa hats were worth like crazy amount of money, especially
Mhm.
when Christmas rolled around. Santa hats went from like 4 mil up to like 20 every
Really?
year.
It's pretty
Yeah, it
funny.
was like a super long term investment if you bought a
I
bunch of
was
them.
never really around for that time.
Those were the dreams, dude. When someone wore a Halloween mask or even a party hat, but especially like Halloween masks were like affordable for, not the mega rich,
Mm.
but it was still like a huge deal when you had one. Like kind of a huge goal
I
for
think
people.
the first event I did in old school was the Halloween like agility course thing. I forget what year that was. It was like maybe a year ago. But not this year's Halloween, but the last one maybe. I don't know. That was kind of funny. I don't know. The old school events have been pretty good, I think,
Yeah,
as far as they go. Put a lot of work in them. They're pretty
they
cool.
got good creativity in them.
Easter one was kind of lame, but that's all. I'll let it slide. That's pretty much. Let's make sure there's anything else. Permanent fire by Barbarian Village. I didn't even know this was a thing until last week. I looked in the notes.
Probably more for free to play.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. That's fine, I guess. I don't mind
That'll
that.
be decent.
People are always putting fires there, anyways.
Yeah, you're always waiting on something. There's always like a level 5 selling fire.
Fire,
They're-
please.
like, anybody need a fire?
Yeah, he's like waiting, trying to get. That was the same thing on Karajama. It was always like, did someone bring axe and tinderbox? It was like a huge deal.
Yeah, for launch.
Hey, I used to do that.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
They're
Very
like, making a
hilarious.
fire if anybody needs.
You could trade lobbies for it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty much everything for last week. What was this week? This week was placeholders, the big thing.
Yeah.
So let's talk about this. Was yesterday, but I'm sure you guys have kind of seen it a little bit. You guys used it yet? Did any placeholders?
No, I haven't had to use it.
Gotcha.
I have
have
mine
not-
turned
yeah.
on for everything, but some points it gets annoying because I want stuff to be taken out to free up bank space, but the placeholder stays with it. So
Sure.
I have to release it. So
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about it yet.
I'll be honest. I didn't like it at first, but you don't have to use them. I probably won't use them for a little bit. I might come around eventually, but for now, I'm probably just not gonna use them at all.
I
I
think
can
I
trade
will
my-
for. I think I will for like my clue tab. Like, so I have like Boif, I have Ancient Chaps, I have Drum Ranger boots,
Oh, for
and
clue
I
items.
always like to have it. I always have that tab organized, always.
Okay.
But they're not things where you can get holders for them, really. So I'll probably place hold those ones. But it'll be like really specific items.
Mhm.
Maybe potions, but probably not.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty good update. I mean, people wanted it for a while, so
Yeah. I think it's a good update. It's just like until you actually come across a situation where you're like,
It's
I
just-
want to place hold this.
it's
You're
so
like,
different.
I
You know,
don't
I
know
don't
what
like
to do.
I don't like change. It's bothers me. But yeah, Jake, what about you? Used it yet? At all?
I have not. I have yet to use it. I'm one of those people that I'm really unorganized, so I don't care how my bank looks. Like I usually use a search option for most of the stuff, so I probably won't use it.
You kind of discussed
But-
me, but whatever.
Yeah, it disgusts me too.
Okay, well, good update, I guess. Thumbs up all around. What else happened? I'm trying to look here. PID changes. So I saw a video on Reddit today about this. Apparently, it's a lot easier to like tank test or like what's it called, tick eat, I guess, where you like eat some food before you die and like doesn't kill you.
Is this for
Okay.
PVM or PvP?
It's for PvP. So apparently how it works, I'll kind of read that real quick. The engine often has to deal with two players doing the same thing at the same time. This can be dealing damage to a monster, dealing damage to a player, picking up an item, anything at all. When this happens, the game engine. So previously it was determined by it was like a random level of priority every game tick, but now it's like every 100 something ticks it changes. Yeah, every 100 to 150 game ticks it's randomized. So basically you have PID for longer, I guess, instead of randomly. If that makes sense.
Sounds like
Uh,
it sucks for stakers.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, I don't do any PvP. I don't do any like staking, so I don't know how this affects that thing. But
So can it affect PVM at all?
I would imagine. I don't know how it would, but this is like a
Like,
lot.
say you're trying to eat, and the timing between eating to save yourself and Jad hitting a big hit on you.
I think it's easier now, I want to say. I don't know. From what I gathered from that video,
what I
it
would
looked
think.
like it.
Well,
So
you said it. What changes? How long?
so it's
Every.
randomized or once every 100 to 150 game ticks. So it's a little under a second per tick. So about
So, scenario is you said it's easier for like tick eating, like this certain cycle you were able to eat
yeah.
like
So I
before.
think if you have PID, it's a lot easier to tick eat or something.
What if it changes that next cycle and then Vandals hits before you're able to tick eat?
Then I guess you're screwed. I'm not sure. To be honest, this is like way over my
Yeah.
knowledge.
This is like
of
very
the game.
math based. Yeah.
Yeah. But if there's problems, I'm sure they'll fix it. So
We'll see how it turns out.
yeah, I
I'm
haven't.
sure
I
they'll
haven't
fix
Reddit.
it.
You'll see Reddit bug threads.
yeah, I haven't noticed anything personally yet, but hopefully it's good, I guess. I don't know. Also, the East Relica shortcut, that's new. Do you guys care about that at all?
What is it?
So there's a shortcut. You know what? You know the mining pit in Relica? Like, it's like past the...
Is it for like rock crabs?
Yeah, kind of. It's a little before the
Sure.
rock crabs.
Yeah.
So a shortcut to go from outside, or from inside Relica, or from a place to outside. I don't think it goes
Nice
Solid, but
quality of life for pure.
It doesn't look like it like. It's a nice quality. It doesn't look like it helps me like at all.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't see any reason I would ever use
I
that.
don't know who's going to use this, to be honest. Sure, people wanted it enough to have it, but I don't
I mean,
ever-
it's nice to have it, but I don't think I'll ever use it.
Yeah, I don't think
run
I will
that
either.
far
I don't know
into-
how I'll use that, but cool, I guess. I don't know. Seems like there's a million agility shortcuts for things now. I don't know if it's just me, but anyways.
There is a million. Go through the
I
agility
mean, the
tab.
lava maze one was really helpful, so I like that one.
Fair enough. Another one, ice gloves for blast furnace. So this is kind of funny, Jake. What did you do the day before this update?
I 80 or 70 to not 70, 71 to 86, I think.
All the day before this
But
update? It's pretty funny.
it's actually I was doing it earlier after the update actually, and I do not believe that it would be worth it to use the ice gloves while using gold gauntlets, because there's a possibility that you'll have your ice gloves equipped in the same tick that your bars drop on the next cycle,
Oh, is that
and
possible?
therefore you will not get the boost from goldsmith gauntlets.
So you
So
can't.
unless you're super quick
I was about to say, yeah.
and change them like in a really fast tick, then there is that possibility that you could get screwed over
Okay,
on
so
that. But so I just went with a bucket of water because it's still easier in my opinion.
okay, I would have thought that would have been a lot easier with the gloves, but I guess that's the way. I know for doing other bars, it's definitely a lot better. It's a lot nicer for that because you don't have to wear the goldsmithing gauntlets. So it's cool, I guess. Good quality of life.
Oh yeah, for bars other than gold, I would there's no doubt you would use ice gloves. But I just don't know if I was doing it wrong, but I believe that, I don't know, I might have been doing it wrong, but
Mhm.
I was just afraid that the bars would drop in the same tick, because if you're doing it right, the bars drop immediately, like after you collect the bars from the little thingy or whatever. I don't know how to describe it. And if you're not quick enough to switch to your gloves, then you wouldn't get the boost,
Okay,
essentially. So I don't know if that makes sense, but that's best I can describe it.
that makes sense to me. Cool. I'll probably use this eventually. I have a bunch of adamant ore to go through, so it's cool, I guess. It was a pretty light week, to be honest, this week. It was like, the seed box. This actually affects me. I have a seed
Oh,
box.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's one of the best updates they've had.
Do you guys have the seed
I don't
box at
even
all?
have it yet. So.
You don't have it yet?
Well,
Okay.
No.
Well, I have it, and the way it used to be is the left click option would be to check it, so like you would like show what's inside of it and stuff, and that's fine. There's a what's it called, like withdraw all from your inventory to put into it, but it's still kind of annoying because like seed herbit or what's not seed herb sack is you left click and it fills everything in your inventory. So basically they changed it so it's like that. That's cool, I guess. I'm a fan of that. Less work for me, I guess. An uncharged option has been added to black masks and British shields. It's cool. Honestly, why do they even have charges for black masks?
Yeah, I
I
never
think
got
it's
that
for a
either.
teleport or something.
No,
I
no,
don't
it's like
No. It like weakens the
yeah,
monster.
It's
lowers.
one of the most pointless.
Literally the worst. Like whoever came
It's.
up with that should have been like put on probation because it's an awful idea.
I
Awful.
mean, the charge has been on the Black Mask since like it came, like the Black Mask came out. So,
Mhm.
And
and
like
they've always been useless. I don't know why they still have
you
them in the
can
game.
can you only trade the non-charged ones?
Yeah, that's how it used to be at least. You could only trade the non-charged ones.
I'll look
Yeah,
real quick.
it's like
Black. Yeah, looks like you can only trade the uncharged, maybe.
yeah, it's like well, what's the point of having a charged one? There's
So
honestly
when
no
you got
point.
one, you
So-
had to use the charges before you wanted to sell it.
Yeah, as
Yeah.
far as I know, I think the charges it lowers the defense of the monster every now and then, like randomly.
Yeah,
Isn't
but
that right?
it's like wow, like
Yeah,
that's
so-
gonna be helpful while I'm slaying.
Exactly. Why is it even like? If there's a way to recharge it, maybe I'd understand, but there's not. So it's just
Also,
Go ahead.
when Slayer Helms first came out, you had to uncharge it to make the Slayer Helm too.
Yeah, it's just a
So-
waste.
It was
Seems silly
I
to
it was
me.
annoying.
I think
I
that's
remember
something
doing
you
that.
could definitely propose to change.
Like adding. What do you think? Like adding charges or just removing them altogether? Altogether.
Well, change it slightly, maybe. Make it.
Well,
I think make the mask in it of itself, like make the Slayer helm and the mask slightly different.
Okay.
So maybe the mask isn't as good as the Slayer helm. So there's an incentive to do it, and then on the flip side, the charges actually do something slightly different than the Slayer helm. So it's a slight trade-off. Like you still get like the Slayer helm, which is really helpful, and it's better percentages, but you don't get the charges, which do ABC. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So you want to make the charges actually useful somehow.
I mean, if you're gonna have them in the game, you might as well do something with them.
I
well,
guess,
now
yeah.
you can just uncharge it now. So I guess they said screw that.
Yeah.
You can take them off whenever you want.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. What else has happened? The message received when causing a bird's nest to fall. Wood cutting is now displayed in red. Okay, so it's easier to see, I guess. It's kind of cool, I guess.
You have to be AFK pretty hard to not see the bird nest in the room.
Yeah, I'll be fair. I mean, I use OS Buddy, so it already shows up a little red box when it falls. So, yeah, I don't know. Good for guys who don't use that though. So, I'm a fan of that. What else happened? Oh yeah, so let's talk about Deadman Worlds. They reverted 4 Deadman Worlds today.
Thank the Lord. Holy
yeah.
cow.
Yeah, have you guys played Deadman? We went over this last podcast some, but
No.
no. So I think
No.
I played
Dead
Deadman
Mode,
for like the
man.
first 3 days. I haven't played my account since. I didn't even PK. I just did agility, and I still was like uninterested pretty much. So
You have to play like 18 hours straight the first day and be really efficient in order to like, and then not get targeted by a clan. Like,
yeah, that's kind of the problem, isn't it? So I think there's a dev blog coming out soon. It's gonna be interesting. What would you guys like to see from that dev blog? I'm curious.
I don't know. I don't really like.
You don't
the
care
mode.
enough?
Well, I don't. I was never a PvP. player,
All right,
so,
well-
like,
If it's anything pertaining to Deadman mode, I really don't care. They could add Dragon Claws for all I care.
yeah.
It don't want to
Okay.
bother me.
They
Gotcha.
opened up a thread on Reddit, and Bodhi had a lot of nice suggestions. I read over them
Or some of them.
for some solutions. I can't remember, but I was just reading over them the other
Yeah,
night.
I watched
was
the
like,
podcast earlier, and
yeah. I mean, he has some nice thoughts on what could be done.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I think he was
They've
talking
got-
about maybe not doing any XP loss for dying without a skull, and like 20% with a skull. I don't know if that
I
would,
don't
Yeah.
know.
I don't know if that would even fix the problems though. Maybe like, because if you want people to play, you'd have to reduce the risk so far that it wouldn't even be like the game mode anymore. You know, does that make sense? Like, what's the point of even having it if it's like not even that riskful? I don't know.
I think there has to they either have to change ancients or they have to change. You have to change it to get harder to get ancients because as soon as you get ancients and then like
you're
get 'em
set.
before everyone else and you have like 3 people, it's like, well, you won.
Yeah,
GG.
yeah, I kind of
Like-
agree with that because like once
There has to be like maybe implement like you can assign targets in order to you have to kill certain targets and
Sure.
if you get any help killing that target, then it doesn't count. And after you get a certain amount of points, like bounty hunter or something like that, then you can unlock certain parts. Maybe take the quest. I've heard people suggest like take quests away. They're sick of grinding out the quest over and over and over again.
okay.
Well, you got to implement some mode to slow down people from just like getting things. But I agree. Like it's if you're gonna repetitively start fresh, at some point you're gonna get sick of redoing all the quests every single time.
Yeah. I think
At least I would.
catch-up mechanics are a really highly suggested thing. I don't know if that would fix it. Basically, the most common one is like 10 times XP for skills you've already had before. So like, say you lost XP in strength, you get 10 times XP getting back to where you were
Fair.
before you died.
Fair.
I think that'd be. I mean, I don't know. It's. Deadman is a. Hot topic.
They've got to find a balance in deaths
It's
because when you die on there, it's so severe. Like it just makes people want to quit. Honestly.
Yeah.
So
They have
they've
to-
got to figure out.
They gotta figure out how to stop Ancients, because Ancients, plus you can't teleport, so as soon as you get frozen, you're almost always perma-froze, or at least, like, if they do it right, and they're good at it, you're kinda dead.
Mm-hmm.
But then also, like, if you have multiple people taking turns to go on you, like, I don't think if multiple people are kill you, then I don't think your skill should revert nearly as much as if you had, like, 3 people where it's like, well, there's no way you're getting out of this. You know what I mean?
Would you guys be? What if they just removed the whole 10-second teleport thing? What would you think about that?
I think that would be fine, because then clans would have a lot more trouble.
Yeah,
They would
like,
have to,
you
like,
know, people have a higher chance of getting
Well-
away, and go ahead.
there's the flip side, because like then it's going to encourage clan man mode more. One guy will be on Ancients and one guy won't. So you immediately lead in with a teleblock, and then from there you freeze and you're done. So all it takes is teleblock, and then the guy with Ancients
Yeah,
takes
but
over.
if you're a single player and you stay in single combat, then if you get teleported, you just run away. You know, you can't really freeze you. They can snare
Yeah,
you,
but
it's
he
not
just
good.
stops attacking you and the other guy starts. It
Well,
doesn't
there's
take
still enough
that
time for you to
long.
get some distance between you, because like
Yeah,
it takes a
no.
while for the PJ timer to go off and stuff. So
Yeah, I would like to see that more easily escape, because it's either that or like take out Ancients. like,
Yeah,
like
I've seen that
Ancients
suggested.
ruin it.
Well, all that you said will make teleblock useful now.
exactly, yeah, people actually use the actual
Yeah.
regular spellbook. So
Didn't they take that spell out of Deadman mode?
I,
I mean, there's no point to it.
yeah, I don't think so, because you can just keep attacking someone and they can't teleport anyways. So what's the point? I don't think it's gone though. I don't think it would be removed.
Or you could just even change the timer on 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Like, what if it's like 3
Yeah, I mean,
or 5 even?
I never even understood the whole timer thing. I don't know why they did it, to be honest. Like, they want to encourage fighting, but that's never make
Yeah.
people like want to not play as much, you know?
I would agree with that.
See, the thing is, like, decreasing the timer, that just makes it easier for people to freeze you and then walk underneath and tell you away.
That's why I'm saying it's like there's always the flip side of the coin.
Yeah.
You have to do something though. You have to make it way more manageable for single players to escape and to deal with clans.
Yeah.
If they can deal with clans, whether it's teleporting away or whatever, then it makes it way more.
I'd agree with that.
There's I don't know. I don't know if there's a solution necessarily.
Yeah, it's fun for like the first week, and if there's some way to keep that fun going, I don't know what, like, because it's cool seeing everyone like all doing their own thing and like seeing a whole fresh world and
Right, and it's full.
Once
and
people-
everybody starts fresh and young, and everyone's a noob again.
yeah. Once everyone dies, like if they start leaving slowly and just die, it's been dead after a week, like what, both times this seasons now. So
Yeah. They should make the
Players
season
alone.
last like a month now instead of 3.
yeah.
I would agree with that. I think more people would actually stick it out.
Mhm.
Honestly,
I
do.
think quicker seasons would be a good idea, because like let's be real, no one likes the top tier like just max gear like PvP, to be honest. Like it feels a lot more hopeless to newer players, I think, if that makes sense.
What if they change it so that anybody can attack anybody? So tiered, whether it's tiered worlds or tiered, like within certain ranges, like 20 levels,
Okay.
10 levels even, so that it's not like, I mean, that's what stinks. Is like you start late. It's like, haha, I'm level 60 and I got 80 range already, and I grinded it in the first like day as soon as I could. Now I sit there and camp people at the madness, and so they can never progress.
Mhm.
Like, well, or maybe like JMods just come through and just clean those people. Like,
I like that.
Get out
That's a
of-
good suggestion.
get out of here, because it literally makes it unplayable when you can't finish. You can't finish Monkey Madness unless you like pay someone real world money to protect you, like a clan.
Mhm.
and they'll
Or you do it
probably
like the
still
very
kill you.
first day within a couple hours somehow.
Yeah. Otherwise, it's done. That's it. It's over.
You know, it was funny. I was watching Jay's stream today, or not Jay's, but Ian's, I guess, Pure Spam. And like they were trying to PK, and it was so dead. Like they would see one guy and be like, "Oh, cool, let's kill him." And then it's like, "Oh wait, no, he's with us." And it's like, "Oh, that's funny." Like everyone, the only people left playing are like people in clans. Like everyone knows each other, and
Yeah, it's only clans.
It's a good
And they'll
joke.
just like stand around while one guy kills the other guy.
yeah,
Like they wait for it.
Like the normal Deadman world, like not the seasonal, has 141 people, and one of the seasonal worlds has like 117. So
yeah.
they're pretty much like the same right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Deadman season, well, one of them has 99.
Jeez.
Damn.
And,
should
you know,
probably
they're just,
decrease
like,
the
hopping, They're hopping
3
through
months.
like all the hot spots for like PVM and stuff just to see if any PVMers are still trying to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was impressive though that Whoop how fast he got to Sara and
How
started
did you get?
getting items.
What day was that? Do you know?
It was like day 2.
Oh, oh my god. I know Buddy was doing Zora probably early on, but it's like no, that's hard. Maybe I don't know.
No, I don't think Solros is hard. You just get Ivans and then decent range, and you could probably do pure Ivans, couldn't you?
All right, let's take a break from Deadman mode now. I think we covered that pretty well.
We
Um,
beat it dead.
longest topic.
yeah. Anyways, what's
Dead horse
some other
mode.
stuff that came out this week? Bug fixes. So a tile of stray blocking in the blast mine has been removed. I've not done blast mine. I have no idea what that means, but
Yeah.
good stuff. Grand Exchange sets for Bandos, Armadillo, and Ancient Rune Armor now also free to play items. That's cool. So I guess that's like last week's update. They finally fixed that, so you can trade the full sets. It makes sense.
What's the point of that?
What do you mean?
Making sets.
So like,
Sets
basically, you can like put like a full helm, a shield, a
Right.
chest.
Bank space.
Yeah, just bank space.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Like I never use my full Thorax in DH, so I just box that up, and that saves 8 bank spaces.
Also
So
easier to sell if
Or
you have all the
6.
pieces.
Sure.
Mhm.
Instead of selling it piece by piece, trying to get a good price.
Yeah, so that's cool. What else? Some other level 22 enter now states you can catch young umplings. These are bug fixes.
You're talking way too fast.
Yeah, these just aren't that interesting. That's why I'm kind of going through it quickly.
Yeah.
It's not that interesting. Let's look at the show notes real quick. I want to see what else we have going. So I guess now let's go ahead and like go. We're going through in game. You guys want to talk about what you've been doing the past couple days at all?
Go first, Fish.
Let me go first. Okay.
Yours is really exciting.
Yeah, really exciting. I spent the past like 4 days doing Hunter. I got 83 to 91 now. In those days,
Man, what a nerd.
all right.
Yeah.
Wow, what
I-
a freaking nerd!
Can we get some nerds in the chat, boys?
Yeah, I learned 3-ticking today. That was kind of cool. But yeah, just Hunter grind, I guess. Nothing too serious. What about you guys? Parrot, what have you been doing?
Random Bosnia to finish some diaries and back to Slayer. Trying to finish, what is it called? Western Province and to get my achievement.
Oh, is that your last one?
Yeah, I just need 93 Slayer.
Dang.
Almost
Nice, very nice, very nice.
Well, and the 1,000 Chompy kills, but I can do that.
Yeah. That's pretty easy. That's pretty cool. Jake, how about you?
Well, yesterday and today I did smithing. The whole day got from 71 to 86, and also got 2K total. So I think I'm gonna calm down a bit now that I got that goal.
Cool.
But that
Calm
was a
down.
nice
You
one.
gotta get
That was a nice one to get out of the way. I just wanted the world so bad. The world so bad, you know,
Mhm.
Yeah.
for various
Oh, that's right. You hit 2K total, right?
activities.
Last night.
Yeah,
It's a pretty
yeah,
big one. Man.
early this morning.
It's pretty cool.
And you, lad?
Slayer. I've been slaying.
Nice.
Got Black Dragons the other day. I did KBD for the first time, and
Yeah, how'd that go?
went pretty well. I died. I died in an instance or two, but I was wearing like Black D-Hide, and I think the worst thing I lost was my rune crossbow, but I mean, at the point where it doesn't matter.
Okay, that's one thing I think they should add. Like, you have a timer to get back to that instance where you
Yeah,
get
we
into
talked
it
about
and
this
stuff.
I
last
would
week.
agree
So
with
I like
that.
that. The whole like 1 hour, you pay for an hour, and then you get you can run back and get your ends and stuff.
I also had to like so I bought an instance. Oh, I just got strength level 84.
Congrats.
Nice.
Bought an instance, but then I had to log out quick. Or like, what if you pay for an instance and then you get a world that's like the servers are being laggy. You want to
Yeah.
switch worlds, but you pay for that instance, and it's like you did like 1 kill.
That
Like,
sucks.
well,
I feel
Well, I
like
think-
they should be able to change it to where it's a time limit.
I wonder if that
Yeah,
would be
I
hard
would
or not. I mean, could be engine work, TM, but I don't know. I think it should be a thing.
I think
it's a pretty
that's
good idea.
totally plausible.
Yeah.
But I like understand, but I don't know. I don't know about that. How it maybe leaving and coming back into an instance might be hard because they'd have to save that specific instance then.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Like
Yeah.
that's database space. That's tough.
I know.
I have a
ours three
question,
has
guys.
Go ahead.
Me and Zola were talking earlier, and did Jagex come out and say that tanking on a main is not against Ironman rules? Because
Well,
he said something along those lines. I don't know if it was on Reddit
They
or
said
on a stream or
it's
what.
not against the game rules, so.
What do you guys think about that?
I think that's against the spirit of Iron Man, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you should get banned for it because it's not. I mean,
No, de-iron.
it's definitely not.
Well-
Yeah, I would agree with that, but it's definitely not against game rules.
No, it's against the spirit.
Yeah. I think if you're
It's
an
the same
Iron
thing
Man-
as when Bonesaw sold item, or like when everybody, tons of people did it, sold items to the store and bought them on from their main to their Iron Man. It's like, well, yeah, I mean, like that's how the game works. That's how the stores work. But that's not the point of Iron Man.
Mhm.
Yeah, you chose to play Iron Man
Yeah.
as like you stand alone or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't feel like the bosses are hard enough for me to want to go level up another character that I have because I don't really have a high level other character in this game.
Well, I think most people just get
Yeah,
their
same.
friends
That's
to
just
do it.
RS3.
Or just to pay for another character in general, like
That's true.
real life money.
I think the question is like, is it worth their time to implement things to stop a couple people from doing this? I don't know.
Probably not.
Yeah.
No, it isn't. And
It kind of
but
sucks,
it's-
but
yeah,
I mean, I feel like if multiple people report one player like multiple times for doing this, or like see him or like I don't know mention it, then maybe they could do something. But
it'd have to be like a case by case basis thing, and it's hard to patrol because there's always gonna be like people who slip through and stuff. I don't know. I guess they can play their own game, but I'm not a fan of that.
I just don't think it's like if you're gonna do Iron Man.
Yeah,
Iron
what's,
Manners.
what's the point?
Yeah, and there is a point where you hold people to a set of Iron Man rules or within the spirit. Like you have to say like
Got logged
yes or
out.
no,
So much
right?
AFK. Go ahead.
So, I don't know.
Yeah.
You're at the point though where Iron Man's so far along that it's like people don't really care. If this was right at the beginning and people were doing this to get bosses early or things like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
They
funny.
already
So
have
I feel like Iron Man is
names.
still like going pretty steadily and still like kind of gaining
Yeah.
players. I don't know. If that's true or not.
like
doesn't have as
here's
much
also
hype.
the thing. Like this Iron Man got 30 Bandos kills in a trip because he had to main tank it and he got like a Tacids and BCP. If people know you did that, it's like what's the accomplishment?
Exactly.
like,
Yeah. That's the
People
whole
know
point of
that
Iron
you
Man,
use
right?
another account to tank drops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, big whoop. You didn't learn how to solo the boss. You just learned how to pray range.
Yeah.
and I
sit
think
there.
we all play RuneScape. One of the main reasons is for the grind. And personally, I enjoy the grind. So I want to do anything to make it easier, like that much easier.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that really makes sense, but I'd just rather grind it out and get it myself.
I feel the same way. I feel like as far as the competitive stuff for the high scores goes, maybe you should de-iron people, but like I said earlier, it's hard to patrol. You know.
For
Yeah.
casuals, it's not a big
Because some
deal.
guys do actually play high scores and like care about their ranks and stuff, and if people are getting an unfair advantage somehow, you know, that's just something to look at, I guess. But I guess most people don't care about high scores enough to really do anything. So
But yeah, I thought that was interesting, so I wanted to bring that up and see you guys or hear you guys' opinion on that.
yeah, no, that's good. So what else? You guys have anything else you want to talk about?
I do.
Starting
Go ahead.
to count.
What's up, Barrett?
Oh yeah. Another Iron Man?
Yeah, I'm doing Kiefer's clue challenge because he quit.
That's
I
right.
was super ticked at him.
Why?
Wussed out.
How far was he into
He's
that
he's
when he
still
quit?
doing hard clues. He's just doing it on a normal
Right,
account.
but he doesn't do his Ironman account where he set up all the rules and stuff, and he got
Yeah.
like he couldn't take the grind. He couldn't do the grind.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kiefer's is not an Ironman, unfortunately. But I like the idea. Like I really like, and I actually started watching him when he started doing that. Like I watched periodically, but when he started doing that Ironman, I was interested. And it's definitely less content. I would definitely agree, but still really like there's a high level of satisfaction if you set up rules like that and you make it.
It's all
Like that's the
progress,
point of
right?
Ironman, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the whole point of Ironman mode. It's like make it harder, but then when you actually complete it, you're like, I'm the boss, guys.
Mm-hmm.
You to hold that up there. Like no other reason.
And I kind of like that because a lot of times I even find myself like I'm playing a lot for efficiency, and a lot of the time I'm just like doing stuff that other people have done. I feel like I'm not actually doing what I like playing my own game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So challenges like that are fun. I kind of want to start doing more on my own account instead of just like following the status quo of the best way to do it. But I think a mix of both is pretty healthy.
If you think of in terms of efficiency, you always will do status quo. But if you play like Riley or you play like me, you kind of just do whatever you feel like doing.
Exactly. I mean,
it's a lot of fun.
It's a game, so
Don't get places fast.
well, Riley does. He's just every drop he wants, but
Yeah, he does.
Parrot, what were you gonna say earlier?
I was gonna mention the dev blog about the Clue Scroll expansion.
Oh, right.
Oh,
We can
yeah,
talk
I
about
read
this.
that.
I almost totally forgot about this. So what are they talking about? You want to go ahead and kind of explain that?
Yeah, they're adding a master tier Clue Scroll, one above Elite. Well,
Yeah,
you could say not one above, but it is.
I'm gonna pull that whole thing up real quick because I want to look at this while you're talking about it. I totally kind of forgot about
Pretty
it.
much, you have to get an easy, medium, hard, and elite, and trade it in, and you're to this guy, and he'll give you a master tier.
Mm-hmm.
This is just, I guess, ideas of what I'll put together. It's not anything final, but there'll be new puzzles, new items to get. There'll be
Yeah.
untradeable items that you'll be able to get.
Yeah, so those are pretty
May-
cool to me.
Maybe a master tier pet,
Yeah.
which I think would be cool if you can get the pet.
I would agree.
Do you like the Bloodhound? What do you like?
Have they even shown what it is?
No, but do you like the idea of a Bloodhound? I'll say.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. So I heard some differing opinions. I think Lad wants the suggested White Dragon.
I don't like the idea of White Dragon, but I think it can work with the lore of RuneScape. Me and
I mean,
Jake were talking
as
about whether
long as-
it works.
As long as they don't reuse the model of the Hellhound pet, I'm fine.
Yeah, I
yeah.
would agree with that. Or that the like underwhelming or dumb.
Mhm.
Like if it's gonna be hard to get and like a big deal, then make it like the dankest pet you ever made.
You know what? I kind of want.
Incredibly small chance. It better
Yeah.
be a cool pet.
I kind of want to
Breathe
wear one
fire
of
or
those
something.
like those like Sherlock hats with like a monocle or like a pipe out of his mouth or something. That'd be kind of funny. That's kind of what I want.
It'd be really cool. I know this is like way beyond their graphical engine, but if it like
And-
like when you're standing still, it, like interacted with like how your player stood, like ran through your legs and like played with your character kind of,
Sure.
or like played around your character. Be
Yeah.
like way beyond the.
That's kind
The
of.
thing,
Go
all
ahead.
right, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say the heron kind of does like interesting stuff when it's like has like different animations. It'll like flap its wings and kind of like glide for a little bit. Have more stuff like that. It's kind of cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure. All right. Well, other things they're adding are God blessings. Pretty much like I think it was RS2 when they introduced the God arrows, where you get an equip in your arrow slot.
Yeah.
Or when you go to God Wars, it's basically like that, but it gives prayer bonus.
Yeah, it's one prey bonus, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty
There's
cool.
the Holy Gloves +3, Ranger Gloves. And my favorite, two favorite updates from this will be the hidey holes, where you can hide the items that you need in certain spots.
You like that? Okay.
Yeah, it's like I have a whole clue score tab with probably
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At least over 120 items of clue scrolls. So if I can take them out my bank, I won't have any problem with bank space.
Gotcha.
And then
Yeah.
Go ahead, Drake.
Well, I'd like Rob to go into detail about, because Rob, I think you were saying that you don't want hidey hole, or you didn't like the idea. Is there a reason why? Or
I don't know. I don't want like a bunch of stuff around the game.
power creep, Kappa.
If it doesn't look stupid, I'm fine with it. I'm just afraid it'll look like silly and with these little like hidey holes all across the game. I don't know. I'm always kind of someone who doesn't like new stuff though.
Well, yeah, it would also depend, like, when they introduce it, if they show a picture of how it will look.
Yeah.
Like, if it looks stupid, like, of course, I'm going to be like, no.
Mhm.
And people will give suggestions, like, change the design of it, and they'll probably repull it.
It talked about how it's like construction. You can elite construction for it's like it's a 27
construction for the elite.
Yeah. 77 for elite, 55 for hard, 42 for or medium, and 27 for easy. So that's kind of interesting. I wonder what kind of supplies you'll need for that, or if you need anything at all.
Yeah.
If you just like build it yourself.
They talk about making Guild Armor free to play, get the clue scrolls from mining and woodcutting, just like fishing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's fair about that. Also,
I don't know how I feel about that, but
Well,
the fishing one makes sense since it's a bottle.
the woodcutting one could be fine. I think if they added it into nests, besides
Yeah,
not
that's
mole,
true.
not mole nests,
Cool, yeah.
but just woodcutting nests, I think that would make sense.
Mining
Um,
doesn't make sense at all. I don't know.
maybe
No,
you
I
find
mean,
some,
it's
unless, like
maybe you find a buried
archaeology,
casket or
stuff
something.
like that.
You could find like a
you
buried
could find
treasure.
a casket.
There you go,
I think
yeah.
you could do that.
That should be kind of cool.
Add caskets to mining, and there'd be a chance to find a tooth half or gold or a clue scroll.
That'd be cool.
Right.
Also, lucky Iplings is the other thing they talked
Mhm.
about. It's 8900.
8900.
That's the highest hunter Impling.
They
card.
kind of remind me of Kingly Implings
Yeah.
on the other game. So
I love hunting king.
Oh, so I didn't know this is how the Implings worked. Apparently, you get a roll from the clue table, so you can get cool items
Mhm.
from Implings. That's interesting. I didn't know about that. That's pretty cool.
Wait, explain that.
So
I
basically-
didn't read the update.
The lucky Implings they're suggesting or they're putting forward would require 89 hunter, and they're untradeable after being caught, so you can't trade these around. And looting it gives you one roll on a clue drop or clue scroll drop table. It can be any tier clue basically, so easy to master, but it's much more likely to roll on the lower tier.
Easy to elite.
Oh,
Or
okay.
master too. Oh, it is
Yeah,
master.
easy
Never
to
mind,
master,
I misread.
yeah.
That's probably like a
That's crazy.
unfathomable challenge.
There's gonna be
They're
some
gonna be
insane SparkMac live clips of like people getting like ridiculous things
Yeah.
from third age.
Well, it says it's more likely you're gonna roll on lower tiers of clue, so it feels like master's gonna be pretty rare.
Yeah, but it'll be
Right,
cool
but
when
it
it
would be
happens.
still nuts if you rolled like third age from an in.
I'm just glad these are untradeable.
Yeah, that's
People have to
makes
go out
sense.
and catch them themselves.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Also, did they talk about catching with your hands? Was that last week or something, or what was that?
It's not mentioned in this, but I feel like it's gonna be definitely come out before they do all
I
this.
think it
Yeah.
already passed. It already passed, right?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, so yeah, so that basically it's when you like what 10 levels above. So you need 99 hunter to catch this with your hands. That's interesting. That's some
Did it
pretty.
say 10 levels?
I'm pretty sure it's 10 levels. Yeah. Almost positive. I think it was 93 for dragons. So.
another thing. You can now sell back Nightmare Zone items,
Oh really?
Yep,
pest
and
control
graceful set.
items, and get a percentage of points.
Oh, you mean like you can see like so? Can you de-imbue things for points back? What you're
Yeah, it's a percentage.
saying? Okay.
It won't give you
But,
100%.
You
That's
can
pretty
get. Yeah, they did that for the bank placeholder thing. If people had like extras or
Oh,
whatever.
I see what you mean. Yeah. That's
Like
cool.
same for void and graceful stuff like that.
So I thought that was a nice little
That's nice. No, I agree.
implement.
If you're a staker, it's probably nice for you. If you
Oh
wanna
yeah.
Go all
Couldn't
with
tell
that
you
ring.
all. Couldn't tell you all the times I went and unimbued
Yeah.
my rings.
There you go.
Alright, and like the most one I'm looking forward to is the untradeable clue scroll rewards.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
let me go over those.
also
It's pretty
looking
cool.
forward to that.
I was a fan of those.
They're also changing it from being random or whatever to be you have to do a certain amount.
I really
Yeah.
It's based
they
on
have it.
how many you do. Rather
Let's talk about
than-
what they actually are first. So, what are they? What do you have to start?
This could be wrong because yesterday it said easy tier untradeable, equipable spade. It said 5,000 easies.
This is 500
No,
now. So
There was a response
Yeah.
from one of the mods, and they said that's going to be adjusted because
Okay.
as someone put like like hours, they like broke it down mathematically what it would take.
yeah,
and
so
On
it's
like,
just,
Reddit.
there's like
Yeah, I'm
200
already
something
at
days for the elite one.
3,409, so I could have made it to 5,000.
There you go.
I was
But
gonna be
still,
happy. I
it's-
was gonna be the first one to
That would be
get
pretty cool,
almost that.
Right, but you're
But-
number one, so it's like it's definitely
Yeah.
like way out of reach.
First time I get it. So you want to go through a minute at least? So what's the easy one?
Yeah. Easy tier and tradable is equipable spade. Unlock that 500 easies.
Okay.
And the thing is, I don't know if they're going to incorporate the clues you already have done, or once this comes out, is it going to start over?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I hope it comes.
Because a lot of people will have these unlocked already.
Yeah, it's true. You would have that.
Right.
We have all these in release or no?
All of them but elites and
Okay.
mediums.
Jeez, nice.
Rip Hellhounds though. Everyone's gonna be like at the like most common clue dropping monsters.
If they're
Or
more
Guards
common,
Valley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
guards.
The
Yeah.
medium tier is a wieldable clue scroll. I don't know how that's going to look,
Yeah.
but that's 400 mediums.
It's interesting.
They used to have that, didn't they? When you were looking at a clue in RS3, it would show your character
Yeah.
like looking at the clue. I'm guessing
makes
Maybe you'll
it's
have both
similar.
hands on the clue looking at it while you're walking around or something.
That'd be funny. Like a Minecraft map type thing.
Yeah.
And the hard one is going to have a clue scroll emote, which I
That's
don't know
interesting.
how
I feel
they're...
like that should be elite,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
Mm.
I guess-
What's the elite one?
A two-handed wieldable treasure chest sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, it's extra. It's actually extra inventory slots,
Extra
right?
inventory, super handy.
Do you know how
Really?
many it is, or how that works, or what?
There was like 3.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't hear about that. That's cool.
Yeah, apparently that's what it does. It's kind of interesting.
And then at the very bottom is the poll structure of how the questions are going to be asked. So,
Okay. Trying to think what else there is.
of course,
do you
there'll be...
think, like, so do you think for like the amount of like clues that have to be done? So if they did start it fresh, what do you think is a reasonable number? Do you think they should look at like the amount of hours on average it takes someone to get a pet at with the kill counts and things like that, and then try and match it up to like efficiency hours for clues? How long it takes you to get a clue? How many clues you'd have to do to average like to get these rewards? Like what reasonable, or how do you think they should like? What do you think a reasonable number is for like the untradables? 500 easy seems a little well.
500 easy is the easiest one, I think, because like
Yeah, it's definitely the easiest.
200
but-
elites is gonna be the longest one for sure. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
Yeah.
No, I feel like the hard tier one's the easiest because mostly for Ironman, you're trying to get like at least 93 Slayer to get Smoke Devils.
Sure.
And if you do every clue score you get, I'm already at 259 and I'm only almost 90. So
Okay.
people are going to reach 300 without even really trying.
But there's not like it depends on like the percentage of like take Ironman out, like the percentage of the community that actually does tons of clues.
I think
Like,
most do. I think I don't really do clue scrolls. I think I'm like in the minority though, because people like laugh at me or make fun of me. I guess like why don't you do clue scrolls? It's weird. But
I think people burn out of them.
You
I think they
think?
get to the point where they just don't care.
Well, I think this is a good incentive to like keep people going. If that makes sense.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm glad it's a
Definitely
thing. Because you know, even if you don't get an awesome drop, you still have like one more closer to this item, which is pretty cool.
Right.
I thought that covers that. Trying to think, what else happened this week? You guys excited for the what?
Oh, nothing.
Okay, you guys excited for the new items that are coming in? What are some of the new ones? Like, there's basically the cosmetic ones. So it's golden wooden shield, new scarfs, peg leg, yellow trimmed rune armor, trim steel, stuff like that. You guys care about those at all? No?
I mean, it'll be a cool collection. I guess we'll have to see how they look before really saying anything.
Yeah.
So, think are you more for cosmetics versus usefulness from clues, or what do you think?
I'm all about the fashionscape, so I like me some cosmetics, but they are pretty like useless. They're
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a bunch of them already, and like they're worth nothing almost already. So
The thing is, I like the only one I really wear so far that I have is the katana.
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Okay,
Like, the
but
rest
the
of 'em,
elite
I just
rewards are pretty garbage.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you don't get a rare, they are pretty garbage. But I just like looking at the whole collection in the bank.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Hmm.
Like having sets and just
Hmm
getting it better. That's definitely like a thing. But the thing is, beyond that, like there's no market for Fashionscape because there's not.
Oh, I totally
No.
forgot the third age. So the master clues would have
Oh yeah.
the new
The
third
active
age
pickaxe.
skilling stuff. So the third age axe and the third age pickaxe.
Yep.
And the ring of coins. What is that? I don't know what that does, but
Now, are they going to act as a rune or dragon pit?
dragon.
Dragon.
It's a dragon. Yeah.
Ooh,
So that's
nice.
That might make me do clues, to be honest, because I actually kind of care about. I don't have a dragon pick or axe, so
Well, I think they said that's for master clues. So.
Yeah.
Good luck.
it is. Hey man, you never know. Maybe I'll be the first Ironman to get a master pickaxe. Who knows? Or
Probably
third
with
pickaxe.
your luck, first Jad kill gets a pet. Like, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder how much those are gonna be when they first come
Oh
out.
god, I can't even imagine.
Max cash.
Max cash plus
Crazy.
some, probably.
It's
The
funny
thing is,
because
people be like, "Oh, why don't you drop train over?" I'm like, I don't have another account I play on. There's no point.
Yeah.
the people who
Yeah.
will have them are the people who like won't even use them. You know, like it's the stakers and stuff, and just like want to
They're
have
just
it.
staying in the GE or
Yep.
dual
Right.
right. with it.
One
All
in mind
the-
with it.
All
Like,
the
what do I do with this?
people who merch all day long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if the specs are part of it or not.
It's a dragon item.
Yeah, I guess they'd probably have the specs because I know it'd be the same stats, but I'm not sure about the specs.
Third age weapons should all get their own spec.
You
Like the
think?
current ones don't have specs, do they?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
They definitely should though. If it's like that.
Would you want third age to be best in slot though?
No, not best in slot, but just at least give it a unique spec.
Okay, just kind of show off. You
Because
know?
if you're gonna go for the efficient players, if they do have it, I feel like they'll use the dragon pickaxe over it just because of the spec. It gives you a boost to mining, so
It's gotta have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would think so. I think you're probably
It's not
right.
like you're gonna risk it.
no.
So anyways, you would use it.
It'd be pretty cool to get 99 woodcutting with that friggin' dragon pickaxe or dragon axe. It'd look pretty awesome. Yeah, I wonder what the ring of coins does. I guess maybe drops more coins for monsters. I don't know.
Everyone wants it to automatically pick up coins. That's
Oh,
Oh, if it
what
did
okay,
that, that
okay.
would be awesome.
That's right.
That would
Lazy
be very
scape.
nice.
Don't.
It's like the old coin bag thing from RS2, RS3.
That's
when you
right.
don't have a stack.
That's right.
I didn't like
I
that.
think I covered that pretty well. Just about everything.
I don't know what I think. The ring coins though.
Is there a poll going right now? I don't think so. Is there?
I haven't checked.
I'll check right now. I want to make sure because that's part of the show notes. I want to make sure it's covered. Currently, there's a poll going on. It's the treasure. Oh, it's the treasure trails. Is this today? No, it was closed April 20th. Well, I know it'll be closed April 20th. It's kind of funny. So I guess they're pulling the master clues right now. It looks like everything's passing.
Of course, it's gonna pass. I do think though.
I need to go vote then.
Yeah.
I do think that they have to do. They gotta like. I love the idea of new clue and new clue items, but I really think they should redo some of the items and some of the stuff.
Really?
Especially like take a good look and say like what's worthless and why is it.
You know what's interesting to me? So one of the events or not events, the polls I really wanted to pass was the whole Apatow teleport. That had what 11,000
Mhm.
people not voting. Was that what it was? Or like 9,000? Some crazy abstain number, and this one currently has like 160 for each one. So that's just kind of interesting to me to see how many people like vote.
Well, it is the first day, so
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know, I'll probably vote real quick. I'm a fan for pretty much all of it.
Keep your vote private.
yeah, everyone is passing.
Do you guys think? So do you guys think the polling thing should be reworked so you can't see what the results are until at the end?
I would like that. There's so many people who just vote based on popular opinion.
Yeah, I think that would be nice for.
Especially when they're not like knowledgeable about what things actually do.
Yeah, I
or
feel like that
why.
would. I feel like I would like that. I feel like the. Well, I guess a lot of streamers tell people to vote for anyways, and they do it
Yeah.
That's a good point. I mean, I think it might end up to less things passing because you can't see
Yeah.
what's actually people
Definitely
want.
would.
You know.
because if people actually vote if they want it or not, just like, oh, it's green, let me vote for it because I don't
It's a
really
lot
care.
You get a ton of bandwagon votes, and especially it's like I don't know what this means. I'll vote yes.
Yeah.
Like or whatever. Like I'll vote for whatever's higher.
Sure.
It's just There's definitely gonna be that. That's a
You're right.
fact.
I guess it's not
Do you-
perfect, but it's pretty good.
Do
the way
you
it
guys
is.
think the current polling system is good, bad?
I don't think
Or-
I don't think everything should be pulled. I think there are certain things that Jagex is like it's their job, and they should just fix certain things and
I think-
stuff like that.
balancing stuff? I don't know. It's kind of a hard one. Like, what would you want not pulled? Like certain fixes, or what?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Certain fixes, yeah, and maybe some content and stuff like that, like. Because like I'm fine with if there's issues with it, then pull it and be like, should we change this or take it out or whatever. but they're at the same time, like, it's literally their job to come up with good ideas and to try and read what the community wants. They don't have to ask. And then the thing is, though, is like that's the whole point of like the point. You can get a mob mentality going and totally destroy a great idea or a great fix or a new idea or something like that. And it makes it so that like the development of the content can be very cookie cutter
Sure.
because the community, especially Reddit, has very much an opinion on things, and it's very cookie cutter. Like if you looked at it,
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't mean good ideas don't come out of Reddit. It's just like devs can have amazing ideas.
I think the
and-
mods do lean on like social media and stuff a lot for ideas. But they do have some pretty good. They do have, like decent. So what's the original ones? I
So-
guess. Yeah.
Yeah,
From time to time. I don't know.
I just think at some point, like, I don't think the community has to like have a death grip on. I think if there's issues or there's like this is awful, then they should definitely. I mean, like how many times in the past with RS2 did they like add stuff and then the community was like, this was a terrible idea, but they didn't listen. They just like plowed forward.
Yeah.
Whereas right now, it's like that wouldn't happen. They would pull it and then change it or take it out. They would.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I
Like-
just would like to give them some creative freedom. That's
One thing I like seeing though is like when it shows yes, this many people voted yes, no, this many people voted no. I like seeing the number of skip questions. I'm like, why would you skip this certain question?
Yeah. That's. Yeah.
Like 359 people skip question 2 about Master Clear Scrolls. I'm like, do they
Yeah.
just not care, or
Yeah.
are they just like a skiller or something? I have no opinion. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad it's there, but it is funny to see.
I think like the only reason I would vote no for Master Tier is because I think that the Elite release was actually garbage. Like for clues, it was really bad.
Really.
Yeah, I just like how many of those items are actually like the katana. Like that's the item that I really want, and the ranger tunic.
Fury ornament kit would be a
Yeah,
nice
just
one.
the ornament kits and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. Like it was a very underwhelming update, and it threw a lot of items just into the game. And I know other people maybe they like some of it or a lot of it, if not all of it. But I don't know. I just think like clues need some sort of rework in order to make them valuable or to make them useful.
Mm-hmm.
Elite
items.
clues or all clues?
Especially elite. Like elite clues should have like the greatest stuff. Not necessarily everything. I do like the idea that like you can get rangers in a level 2 and it's best in slot boot.
Yeah, I like the idea of like a best item from each tier. That makes sense. Like
Yeah.
a really useful one. That's kind of cool.
But do you know what I mean? Like elites like hards. I don't know.
So I mean, think about it.
I
If
just
you have all
felt
the
like it
pages,
needed
if
a
you don't
rework.
need pages, there's no reason to do easies, right? So maybe add some incentive there. I guess maybe these new untradeable things will be good. But
Doing Hatscape.
see,
I do Hatscape.
yeah.
But I don't know.
Mhm.
Are like berets and stuff still in the game? Those little like side artsy French
Actually,
hats.
I'm gonna look it up right now. I actually don't know.
Berets, yes, they are.
I don't have one yet.
I've
I
never
got a bunch
seen
of
someone wear one.
boners. No,
Yeah.
I haven't either.
Are those from Hards? What are they from?
No, they're. Well, they totally are.
It's funny.
Level 1 clues.
From
Oh,
Easy?
I'm sure Parrot. I'm sure
I
Parrot
never
has
see
them all.
those.
Parrot, do you have any berets? Is Parrot here?
Rip.
The coolest of all the berets.
Yeah.
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 Let's see what I have. I have. Come on, open, please. I gotta find them. I do have all the berets.
Nice.
I don't have a single one. I got a lot of hats, guys.
The coolest beret one is you get the beret mask. When you get the my mask, you can combine
Right.
them.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
It's the
Alright.
same with the top hat and monocle. What's the other one? Cavalier and something else.
Sure.
I have a mask. There we go. That's a good one too.
Oh yeah.
I wish the dragon mask did stuff.
Like what?
I don't know. But like if you wore the mask while killing the item, the monster, it like maybe a slight bonus or something like that, or maybe it gave you a slight extra bit of Slayer experience that made it like worthwhile.
That's
You
some
remember
RS3 stuff right there.
Right.
They got like the abyssal mask or something when you're on
Sure,
Slayer task.
sure. But I think like it doesn't have to be game breaking, but like something to incentivize the item, to monotonize the item, besides just like wearing them. Do you guys remember the Dragon Slayer gloves?
Yeah.
No.
What game was that? What mini game was that? I don't remember.
It was
What's that game?
Fog, right?
What, the one where you held the stone or whatever? Ran
Yeah,
away from the guy?
Fisticuffs.
Yeah, Fisticuffs. Yeah.
Fog.
Fog.
I did
yeah.
that in free to play a lot.
Yeah, I did that. I did that a lot, and I got the Dragon Slayer gloves, and they're like the green gloves. They're
Yep.
sweet, and you got like bonus Slayer experience when you killed dragons on task with them on. Like that. It wasn't game breaking by any means. They had like a certain amount of charges. I think
Yeah, it
like,
wasn't.
500, 250,000, something like that. Somewhere in there. But it was just like a nice, fun item for me to go get, and I enjoyed getting them. Something like that, you know, like it adds an aspect where it's not like a best in slot item or anything like that. It's just like an incentive for you to do when you're slaying to wear these, just up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like
Sure.
it's just a different aspect.
I like that. It's getting a little bit late. You guys want to go ahead and close this out? You got any closing thoughts? Stuff like that? Got a
What's
bunch of stuff.
coming?
What's coming?
What's like in the future?
Oh, I don't know. What are they talking about in the future? What's some? I'm trying to think.
Like is Zaya done or?
No, there's
that,
there's
like-
still a few more things for that, but
They still have 2 more releases for it.
yeah, it's raids in the fire caves, I think.
Yeah, they have 2 more houses being released, I think, sometime this year.
Really? Okay, I
And
didn't know
then,
about
yeah, there's supposed to be 3 Zaya releases.
that.
I
Okay,
know one's next year, and supposedly there's another one this year.
cool.
It's supposed to be with more of the Slayer and the Raid, so a combat update as well.
I'd like to see that filled out more, so I'm a fan of that.
Or Petscape probably.
Yeah.
Hey, I wouldn't mind more pets.
I wouldn't either. As long as it doesn't get to the point where it's ridiculous. Like I'm
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, it's already
Where it's, like-
ridiculous, but I don't
It's
know.
already
I'm alright
really
with it.
ridiculous. There's a pet for so much stuff.
Yeah.
And
No,
it's
it's not as bad as RS3, I don't feel like.
No.
No. All right.
As
Well,
long as they don't microtransaction them.
yeah.
You buy pets. That
That
picks
was
up
pretty
everything
good.
for you.
I think we went over most of the stuff for the upcoming, all that stuff, guys. Appreciate you guys coming out, doing the podcast.
No problem.
I want to try and get to a once a week schedule, but we'll see what happens. It just happens with schedules and who can do it and whatnot with that. So we'll figure it out.
we need to get feedback. We need people to give us feedback.
Yeah, there you
on
go.
Topics,
Let us know.
ideas, things like that.
There you go.
Maybe
Ideas,
even if we live
questions.
stream it, have them asking questions. Well,
Sure, yeah. It was kind of hard to fill it, not gonna lie, but we'll try and get some more stuff next time. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll be back next time. Thanks.